Should you still be blogging in 2021 and beyond? That is a question that we often get from our customers at Thrive Teams. Well, my answer is twofold. If you think about blogging as writing how-to articles, then no, you might not need to be blogging. But if you think about blogging as a way to get visitors to become customers, then yes, definitely you need to do that now more than ever. Hi, I'm Hanne from Thrive Teams. Let's talk about blogging, right? Blogging can be such a daunting task. A lot of online entrepreneurs don't know what to write about. They don't know whether it will help, or maybe they've been writing for a long time and just feel like it's not doing anything to help their online business. And the reason for that is because just blogging is not going to help your online business. You need to think about this as content marketing or content creation. And you want to make sure that the content that you create actually helps transform those visitors into customers. Now, I did a complete video about the biggest mistake that I see service providers make, so check that one out too. But if you want to talk about just blogging and whether you still need to do that in 2021, then I have a couple of thoughts on that. First of all, somebody who arrives on your website is not going to magically become a customer the first time around, or it is rather rare. So you will lose a lot of visitors if you don't have an opportunity to contact them again. And that is where content comes in. Content gives you the opportunity to send an email, to send a social message, to get people from search engines to your website, and then to use something like paid advertising to retarget them and get them to come back to your website. And that is why I believe that content creation on your own website is still extremely valuable. But there are different types of content that you can create. And the type of content that I would suggest you start creating immediately are the type of content that will help you convert those visitors into customers. These are things like customer stories, where you actually tell the stories of your customers and you show how you help them obtain the result that they wanted to obtain. Another thing to do is case studies. You can show those different case studies and show again how you were able to help these people. Other pieces of content that can really help build that trust are things like opinion pieces and rant pieces. So if you have a really strong opinion about something in your industry, then you can write about that or talk about that. I mean, when we talk about content, it doesn't always have to be writing. It can be video creation, it can be a podcast. And you can also rant about certain things. So maybe something in your industry is happening that you really don't like, and then you can do a rant about it. So this is something similar to the 3 myths I debunked about conversion rate optimization. This is kind of a rant that I did because I don't want people to think that conversion rate optimization is only for high trafficked websites. So having that opinion and creating a rant about it helps people connect with you, with the brand, and with what you stand for. This will allow visitors to actually connect with you and have that impression that they can trust you. And then one last type of content that you'll want to create is the answers to the objections that people might have before buying from you or before working with you. This is very powerful content that will allow people who are on the fence to come to your site and remove those last objections. One misconception about blogging is that it will take a lot of time and that you spend your whole time doing that and only that, and that you have to do it over and over and over again. Now, while I think it is a really good habit to regularly get in contact with your audience, so preferably to send something like a weekly newsletter, you might not have the time or the space to create these things weekly. And in that case, what you can do is really use the same content over and over again. So if you create those customer stories, then also make sure that those stories are in your email follow-up sequence, so that when somebody is new to your brand, they will see those stories, even stories that you created a year ago or 2 years ago. If they're still relevant to what you're doing today, then you can still share those stories with your audience. And same is true with the rant and the opinion pieces. If it is evergreen content, so not related to a certain specific thing that happened in a specific time, you can use this and share it over and over again, because new people might never have seen these pieces of content. This will allow you to create this pillar killer library of content, and make sure that people who just discover you will first go through this sequence and see your best content that will convince them to work with you. Now, I made a full video about the different email sequences that I believe that every online business should have in place, and this will fit right in. So check out that video if you haven't done so already. And then I want to hear from you. How do you feel about blogging? Do you have a blog? Do you feel like it's beneficial for your business? Or maybe the opposite. Maybe you've been blogging, you have not seen any traction at all. Let me know in the comments below. And of course, if you are an online entrepreneur, click that subscribe button, hit that bell so that next time you are notified when we publish new videos.